Hello, this is Dave Guthay. I'm the Director of Operations here at Sync Corporation, and today I want to talk about configuration assessments. It's different from our other usual vulnerability assessments or our penetration testing exploits, where we're actually looking at the configuration by connecting to the WMI on the local host and pulling back that local security policy information and the different configurations that it has. So here on our Sync page, we have our configuration assessment page. This is also has gone through, has a bunch of different acronyms associated with it, of SCAP, which stands for your Security Content Automation Protocol. Also, we're dealing with, or we partner with the CIS Security, the Center for Internet Security, for their CIS benchmarks. And then also we have the OVAL language, which is Open Vulnerability and Assessment Language. And then another one is our DISA STIGs that we pull in. DISA standing for Defense Information Systems Agency. STIGs is our Security Technical Implementation Guides. So with all those acronyms out of the way, we can pull in the policies themselves and see how well your servers are configured. So now we can go take a look at our straight out to NIST for the project overview, and you can reference that. Quick Google search will take you out there. Also, we have our CIS benchmarks that you can join and also download. And when you go to download these, they have to be, for us to take a look at them, they need to be in a zip or XML format, and a lot of these are put out as a PDF first, and they create the XML afterwards that we can ingest. So we take a look at our jobs over here. We have a new OVAL scan here, and to see the benchmark scanning, this is another line item in your license and another module that you would have to purchase from Sync to add to your license. So if we take a look at our benchmark scanning, we have a number of benchmarks that we work with, and to bring those in, all you have to do is import the content. And we don't ship our product with all of these benchmarks enabled, so you have to be connected to the internet to pull these down. Or you can go out to the website, pull them down, and import them. So if I go out to, say, grab this Windows, very, very old Windows Firewall, I can go directly there, and it will download to that zip file for me, and then I can import that into my collection here. So very easy. Go up to Grid Actions and Upload Benchmark. Choose your file, and if you go out to that firewall, it's in my downloads. I can bring that in, and we'll put in David XP, and we can upload that. So it's imported successfully, and now this will show up in my references here. Okay, so we also over here we have the SCAP or the OVAL content from CIS Security, and we do that same thing. You can take a look at the controls here for what they're looking for. Looking at the details, you can open that up in your in XML and take a look. And then you just click on the play button, and it creates that job wizard with you. Click Next. Add the target that you want to enter. Click Next, add your authentication to it, advanced, and then you can finish this and save this for later. So we do have to authenticate correctly to this using the WinRM module. So I'm going to go out to my server and verify that it's working. And I'll set this up first. Go to my services. And this is the service that I want to run. So I'm going to stop this now just so I can show you once I go down to the command line or the terminal and start this as administrator, and I just do a WinRM QC, and it sees that the service is stopped. Yes, I do want to start it, and it's ready to go. And then WinRM is already set up for remote management through our firewall policies. So I can go back to my services here, and I can see that it's open, so I can see that it's running, and I should be able to authenticate to it. So when you don't authenticate to it, you get 16 results, and when you do, you get 439 results. So that pulling that information in, and I can look to see what the difference is in my details here through execution history and my verbose output. It ran, but did not run the XCCDF scan itself. I do see authentication OK for the registry, but not for the port that I was looking for. Okay, so when I ran the scan, I only had port 139 and 445 open. So it didn't authenticate. So if I go back to my one that did, we're going to see another port in here for my Nmap results now show not only do I have 139, 445, but I have 5985. And it sees that it's a Windows 2016 server. And when I scroll down here a little further, now I can see that I'm running that particular XCCDF scanner.saint probe, and that goes out and runs that. And if I scroll down a little bit more, I'll see some more information that came back. And then I have all these different checks that were validated. Now I can close that, and I can look at the job itself to analyze it. Okay, and this gives me a little more information on the oval check itself, besides just the number that it comes up with, because they do have the definition of 4899. And maybe I want to make an exception for that. And I can do that for this particular job. And I can just say blocked at the firewall. And I can create an exception for that. So when I do my custom report, I can have one without that exception. So if I've looked through here, I have some good results. If I click on the tutorial, I just get the oval vulnerabilities. If I want to see a good report, I can go over to my report and then benchmark reports themselves. And I can download all those reports, or I can just take a look at them. And I have the results XML that's human readable. So it's nice when humans are able to read it. And then I have the one that I really like is the XCCDF detail. The human readable one is here, and it shows you all shows you when the schema version, product version, the date that it ran, and then also some of the reporting here for trues and falses, and also gives me a nice system information on my NICs and interfaces. And then it goes into the definition results themselves. And this is where they have the definitions mapped out, and these are all nicely hyperlinked. So I can go out to the repository and see what that definition is. Then I go back to my other benchmark report that I really like. And I'll see that I have some nice passes, and then I do have some fails. So if I click on the passes, I can go down and see what the vulnerability was, and that's about it. And then I can go out and it references the CVE. But when I click on the fail, then I really get some better information. I can go down and click on one of these and say this one here, and it tells me a little bit more information about what they're looking for, which is nice. And then I can go down to the component themselves and find out exactly why that was kicked off, and gives me the registry key that they were looking for, so I can go down and take a look at that. That helps when you're going back and remediating these or bringing this into compliance. So that report is a big help. And then we also have our custom benchmark reports. So I have one here. I can create a report off that data set, just make sure I'm in the right data set. So here's my oval scan, and then the one with vulnerabilities. And I can go to create a report, give it a title, click next. Not much we can do here, except when we get to other options. And then I want to apply that exclusion. Okay, so take that out. And then I have a nice summary, and click Finish, and that creates my report. I think I like the other ones better. So let's go back and take a look at the other scans. So you can bring these in and run them. And also I've shown you how to import them or upload them to with a benchmark. And we look at our configurations, and I can bring that in, but I can also, with configurations, I can click on play, and I can also edit these. So with this, when you see the magnifying glass over here, click on the view, and it tells you what this control is about. And scroll down a little bit further, and you see the pencil here. I can change that if I like. I can edit this, and I want this to be a little bit larger, and I will apply that. And so its values are applied, and they will not be saved until you save the profile itself. So once I've gone through and made my changes, click on Save Profile, and it comes up with, I need to give up a new name for this. And click Save. So now it's saved, and I can have a new profile here, and if I go back to benchmark scanning, you'll see in the configurations that I have my benchmark should be here. And then also we have our vulnerability and patches, and we can run those. So let us know if you're interested in any more information on our SCAP scanning policies and configuration policies. And thank you very much for your time.